Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. Here's a look at our favorite stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for the pre-holiday. This is for Friday, May 23rd, 2014. We've got kind of just a mixed bag here in the Nasdaq patch. Some to buy, some to sell. Somebody made a fat fingers error and released the Hewlett-Packard earnings a little bit early, so that's actually affecting things right now. The market's trying to sort through that, as we got about 5 minutes till the close. Couple deviations here. Sina's just getting the feathers ripped off it. It's got an open-close deviation that's really significant, and also a VWAP deviation, and of course the volume bump to go with it. Altera's got an upside CPS and a nice volume bump. Biogen's got a downside RPS. Unfortunately, it's a little light volume. Pretty big candle to the upside today, but it's starting to pull off the high a bit, so that could be interesting for Friday. Moving on to the financials, here we've got some pretty good unity. We've got upside CPS mostly across the board. The theme of light volume is definitely carrying through, and that's evident here. So while we do have a lot of decent signals, they're mostly on light volume, which is always a little bit more treacherous. Morgan Stanley is pretty strong, 1.3% above the day's open, and CME is also real strong. Those are two of the strongest names today that you might want to evaluate for tomorrow. As far as the energy patch goes, BTU reversed pretty hard today. That one is almost 4% below the day's open. Seeing a lot of selling today in ACI. That one's got a downside CPS with it. So starting to see some reshuffling here. Rig's got a nice downside RPS on some good internals here, but the volume's a little bit light. Moving on to the generals, we're a little bit biased to the sell side here. Hewlett-Packard, we just talked about, is starting to print its volume since they released early, so we'll have to see how that settles in. Best Buy, having a tough day. A lot of volume today. It's got a downside RPS. It is above the day's open, but it's getting hit pretty hard here, and it's decently below the day's VWAP. Moving on to the housing names, a lot of good movement today in Lowe's. We had a signal yesterday. We had a RPS with volume yesterday, making good on that today. Hovnanian is also having a good day, finally getting a little bit of a bounce there. Not seeing too much in the transport patch. They're mostly pretty tight here and mostly on light volume. And finally, the commodities. Big volume in Monsanto. That one's got an RPS to the downside, so keep an eye on that. That's probably going to be a player tomorrow. Other than that, not seeing too much. Potash has a downside signal, so does Newmont. Potash definitely has a little bit more volume, so it might have a little bit more teeth to it for tomorrow. So, all right. As always, folks, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.